Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Cryptids and Conspiracies. It's a Saturday night, and we are going to talk about mummies. Specifically, is the mummy's curse real? Anyway, so let me bring on the usual suspects, including the furball.
Sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
That's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Hey.
What's
Oh,
happening?
shit. Oh, shit, you got your camera off. You're going to start eating, aren't you? Ah, damn it.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
What do you mean?
All right. Let me bring this guy
If it's not
on.
Scottish, just clap!
Hello. How y'all?
Hey,
Functional.
greetings.
I'm starving. I'm hungry.
Well, welcome to Saturday night.
I've got some Pringles.
Oh, you lucky bum.
They're empty.
Pringles.
I ate them earlier. It's empty.
Oh, no.
How's everyone doing?
I can already see how this is going to go. I can already see it. Anyway.
Oh, come on, Helen.
Uh,
You can't see it. You're half asleep anyway. Come on.
Without him, he might pop on. I don't know. It depends on his if he feels better later about him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might pop on at some point. I don't know.
That's maybe him now on your phone.
You know, when it comes
I
down
don't
to the end is undecided.
That's his default.
That's his default. Yeah.
That was not him, by the way.
No. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. Well, let's get us into the mood. This is the since we're doing like inspired by Universal Monsters. This is the fourth show inspired by Universal Monsters. This is the movie that kind of inspired this. So, here we go.
I think I watched this back in the 70s.
I watched it last month.
Oh, there you go.
A few weeks back.
Boris Karloff, which we have seen before. Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera. He got around. The man got around.
Aye.
Jonathan Boris sent you.
Anyway,
and he also played a Chinese guy.
well, I was going to play the Scott Summers 1999. Like, what's that?
He played Dr. Fu Manchu, wasn't it?
He played Fu Manchu, but he also played Detective Wong.
Oh, okay.
In the Wong series from 1930s, late 30s, early 40s.
Familiar with that.
Yeah.
I've got the Christopher Lee Fu Manchu films.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There was some swapping going on back then. Maybe maybe a little bit more than would be allowable today. I'll just say that much.
Ever so slightly, yeah.
All right. Well, let's. So basically, I got a little bit of a clip here. So this is pretty much what we're going to talk about today.
This place is cursed.
Yeah. And oddly
Everything
enough,
is cursed.
it's cursed. And oddly enough, Boris Karloff played Emotep.
Imhotep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's
Yeah.
not
The
Emotep.
1999 movie. Yeah, the
Yeah.
1999 movie is actually a like a reboot of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
people.
It is.
So Imhotep, a knocks on a
Brendan Fr-
moon.
Yeah.
You know.
Brendan Fraser.
Ardeth Bay. I mean, although he takes the name of Ardeth Bay in the Karloff film, which is
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
funny because it's a different character in the 90s.
Yep.
Right. And Arnold Vosloo, the guy who you got when you couldn't get Billy Zane. Anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
the Billy Zane light, as it were.
Yeah.
I can't.
Anyway,
see it.
so you know, just yeah, there you go. I watch those movies for John Hannah anyway. Great character. But I can't play it. It said it was a little bit of a copyright on it, and so I'm not going to trust it. So I'm not going to play
Oh
it.
yeah,
But,
YouTube likes that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they said, yeah, you could use it, even though it's copywritten. They'll allow you to use it. And
Probably,
then
you
the
know,
algorithm
take the stream
will strike
down
you
for
down.
about 2 hours.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we believe what
Yeah,
YouTube
Well,
says.
I had a delayed
stream
reaction the
box.
other day when I played a clip. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So not going to try that, but everything else just completely, totally cleared. There's no copyright on anything, but you know, still it might go down. I don't know. You know, it's a
Right.
crapshoot.
10 minutes in and 10 people watching.
but
and
anyway,
nobody in the
so,
chat. What the hell?
so we say bye bye. So we say bye bye now, just in case we go down.
Well, the thing is, there's
Possibility.
nobody in the chat. We've been on for over 10 minutes, and there's 10
Yeah.
people watching, but there's no one in the chat.
That's
Wait,
so.
Wait.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It is what it is. You
I
know,
mean, usually we have somebody in the chat. So
I'm not worried about it. You know,
and
I'm
we got
used to
12 people watching. So.
playing to empty houses anyway. You know, below a certain level, you just do it just for the fun of it. You know, that's why I do these things. Anyway, got an opener clip, kind of like to get us into the subject matter. So here we go.
This picture shows the moment of Tutankhamun's tomb opening. It's the only tomb found in ancient Egypt that remained intact for 3,000 years. It appeared to be full of gold and artifacts. However, at least 13 people who were present at the tomb's opening died soon after, and a rumor about the curse of the pharaohs spread all over the world. In addition, the researchers of Tutankhamun's tomb studied the mummy, examined the attributes surrounding it, and noticed that everything was way different from what it was supposed to be. Ancient Egyptians believed that a pharaoh came close to gods after his death and spoke to them on behalf of his people. That's why the mummification process was treated with special care, and tombs were decorated with great reverence. But why did they make an exception for Tutankhamun? Why did Osiris have his fingers cut off? And why does Tutankhamun's mummy baffle historians to this day?
All righty. Now
13
we
people died.
would you stop? Could you stop being obsessed with that? Can we just do the show? Whether
13 people died.
Okay, 13
Right,
people.
no,
13 people. Gotcha. Anyway, I thought you was obsessed over the count again. All right. Somebody said hello. Not Brian said hello. Okay.
No,
You
Brian.
have
Hey, how you doing?
Brian!
There you go. Can we move on now? All right. You got somebody
No.
acknowledging your existence. Okay.
Where-
All right.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Who?
Who?
All
Oh,
right,
that's Dr.
anyway.
Who to you. Not Brian. Brian in the chat. Awesome. Thank you for coming up, Brian.
All right.
Welcome.
Okay. All right. No problem. No problem.
Abby.
All right. So anyway,
Hey, I sent you a link.
so we're gonna but primarily.
Sent you a link, Abby.
Yeah, I sent the link.
Yep.
Abby
got links.
Abby said he might not be on today, but he might stay in the chat and rag us the whole time like he did
Yeah,
like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, he's probably not feeling too good. So
No big deal. No big deal. I've already got his vote in.
watching. He's
Yeah,
watching.
I already
He's
got
watching.
his vote in. So this is Abby.
Yet
Default.
by default.
Anyway.
So
All right. But
ahead.
anyway, so we're talking primarily when you talk about the mummy's curse. You're talking about the King Tut. It's actually pronounced Tutankhamen. But so it's King Tut actually, but that doesn't sound as cool as King Tut. So we'll go with King Tut. Anyway, as in Tutankhamen, Tutankhamen. Also, just depends
King
on how
Tut
you want to
from
pronounce it.
Batman.
Oh yeah,
No,
not that guy.
no relation at all. Anyway, so it's just a really strange, really strange like discovery. They most of the discoveries they had up to that point they found were completely totally pilfered and robbed, and then Lord Carnarvon and Mr. Carter happened to discover this tomb, which was almost completely totally untouched.
Mhm.
And but on the doorpost of that was a little bit of a shall we say deterrent. And let me play that right quick. There you go.
What could the investigators who opened the coffin have died of? After a series of unexplained deaths of scientists and archaeologists and members of their families, many adherents of the idea of the curse of the pharaohs appeared in the world. Archaeologist Arthur Mace, radiologist Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, and Carnarvon's brother Audrey Herbert died within a couple of years after the tomb's opening. They were followed by a member of the Egyptian royal family, Prince Ali Kamel Fahmy Bey, who was shot dead by his wife. Lord Carnarvon, who, together with Carter, was the first to see the tomb, also died. But the curse adherents didn't consider the average age of the scientists, which was 74 and a half years. 57-year-old George Carnarvon died of pneumonia and was generally predisposed to pulmonary disease his whole life. And Howard Carter, who was supposed to be the first to fall victim to the curse, died of natural causes at the age of 64, 16 years after the tomb's opening. Finally, Egyptologists point out that there was no such concept as a curse in Egyptian religious practice. A large number of people involved in other tomb openings never experienced any mystical influence. However, whatever version you support, you're right. It seems that in Tutankhamun's story, there was room for both curse and accident. Apart from the fact that scientists are still unable to unveil the mystery of his death, newly available data is even more confusing. That makes Tutankhamun almost funny. He had more adventures than Mr. Bean, but there's still no comedy movie featuring him as the main character. Maybe that's because of the lack of an appropriate name. What do you think a comedy about Tutankhamun could be called?
Well, there you go.
Yeah. It does have a body count involved. so there's 13, like Wiki was saying, there's about 13 people who were associated with the opening of the tomb who passed away. The next few years, there's when it was 16 years later. I think that was Carter.
Yeah.
But when he died, it was kind of like strange circumstances, and it's just like car accident here. Somebody cut themselves shaving, and it turned sepsis. I think there was a mosquito bite. One of them had a mosquito bite that wound up killing them. I mean, it's just like a lot of really kind of weird circumstances that happened, and that the hieroglyphics on the door basically said, you open this, bad stuff happens. So Egyptians were pretty serious about their, burying their dead, and especially kings, as it were. So, anyway, so what is like definitely established is that number one, Carnarvon and Carter did find a untouched tomb of a former pharaoh, which nobody really knew the existence of until that moment. And number two, there were warnings on the door that they ignored. Number three, 16 people associated with either the people that were there that breached the door, or their families or acquaintances, and that died afterwards. Various different things happening. Some of them quite fluky. So that's the three things that are established. Okay. Now, is it of a curse, or is it just like colossal coincidence? That's what we're talking about tonight. So, let me run down the different deaths right quick. I'm kind of doing all the talking. You guys got anything you want to add?
Yeah. We've got a poll in my chat on my YouTube channel, and also on your channel, buddy, on YouTube. Mm-hmm. There's a poll, so people please participate in that poll.
Yeah.
On either one of our channels. That would be awesome.
Go ahead and do that.
House cleaning and public service announcement there.
There you go. All right.
Well, for some good movies anyway.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Here's a little quiz for you. The 1950-something movie Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, but on YouTube you have to rent it.
Huh.
And I forgot the movie, but it's a modern movie, probably made about within the last 20 years. Free to watch, no problem on YouTube. Major actors. But Abbott and Costello 70-something years ago, you can't watch it without buying it or paying for it.
Yeah, it's part of my mummy collection. That's quite funny, actually.
Okay. Let me go ahead and read this right quick.
Yes.
The first of the deaths was of Lord Carnarvon, who financed the excavation. He had been bitten by a mosquito, later slashed a bite accidentally while shaving. It became infected. That resulted in blood poisoning. 2 weeks before Carnarvon died, Marie Corelli wrote an imaginative letter published in the New York World, which she quoted an obscure book that confidently asserted that dire punishment would follow any intrusion into a sealed tomb. Media frenzy followed, where reports that a curse had been found in the king's tomb. A superstitious Benito Mussolini had at once accepted an Egyptian mummy as a gift, ordered its immediate removal. So it was like mummy curse mania that went on there for a little bit. Arthur Conan Doyle said it was caused. His death was caused by elementals guarding the tomb. But we know Arthur Conan Doyle was a spiritualist and kind of a nut job. So, which is funny because his character was like anti-supernatural. But anyway, so let me see. The anthropologist Henry Field, accompanied by Breasted, visited the tomb, recalled the kindness and friendliness of Carter, reported how paperweight given Carter's friend, Sir Bruce Ingram, was composed of mummified hand. So evidently they're taking stuff out of it. But Howard Carter called him Tommy Rot. The curse was a Tommy Rot, basically, which is like bullshit. I guess their version of bullshit. So let me see. So studies show that 58 people who were present when the tomb and sarcophagus was opened, only 8 died within a dozen years. All others were still alive, including Harold Carter, who died of lymphoma and age of 64. But let me see. So there are several people that went through the door first that were still alive. But
Okay.
But the deaths have been suggested that it might be toxic spores of a fungus, Aspergillus flavus, that possibly contributing to deaths. But the Tutankhamen related deaths was the Lord Carnarvon, George Gould, visitor to the tomb, died after fever. Following his visit, AC Mess, member of the excavation team, died from pleurisy and pneumonia. And Harold Bethel, Carter's secretary, died in bed at a Mayfair club, victim of a suspected smothering. And Harold Carter died of lymphoma. So,
well,
there you go.
You mentioned pneumonia, and quite a few people on that list died from respiratory issues. Pneumonia being the prominent, but
right.
It would not surprise me that these guys are out there digging around in the 1920s, and they find this tomb and whatnot, and they go in, they break the seal, they go in. You've got something that's been sealed, okay?
Right.
Pretty much sealed up, airtight. So whatever is in there is its own. It becomes its own environment. So it has its bacteria and things like that in the air.
Well, think about this too. When was the King Tut's tomb uncovered?
Was it 1922? I think.
So we weren't far off from the Spanish flu at that point.
That's true.
So it could have been hanging around.
That's true. Could have been.
Maybe.
It could have exacerbated any issue.
Maybe something there.
But the point I was trying to make is, back then they didn't really have any masks or anything like that. But they wore inside the tomb, like you see now when they open up a sarcophagus or casket or whatever from some dig in Egypt. Now they're all wearing scrubs or gloves and masks, But if they went inside this cave, for all intents and purposes, it's sealed up. So there's a lot of things in there that may have been stirred up by them breaking in, kicking up the dust and stuff like that. I mean, that could be a contributing factor. Some dormant bacteria, they suck it in their lungs and it starts messing with it. Is a possibility,
Yep. Now, mummies curses in general. Tutankhamun's not the only one that seemed to be a curse attached to. several tombs that were opened up. You know, there was also curses, in the hieroglyphs, and things happened that were a little crazy. Some of them. But did you know that there's a cursed Egyptian mummy on the Titanic?
Really?
Anybody know about that?
No.
Yeah.
We're hearing it all today.
Holy crap.
All right, let me play this. Hopefully, it won't get taken down. I'm
won't
going to
exhume
play
that
the
one.
first 2 minutes of it. So we'll find out. Anyway, here you go.
The wreck of the world-famous Titanic draws a lot of interest and provides a unique perspective on the unsinkable Titanic. Currently, United States and Canadian ships and planes are searching for a submarine that went missing off the coast of southeastern Canada in June 20 of 2023. There are 5 people on board the missing submarine, which was transporting tourists to the Titanic site. So, what is the Titanic's curse all about? And the account of how this plague strikes from time to time is terrifying. When an Egyptian princess named Amun-Ra died 3,500 years ago, she was deposited in an elegant wooden coffin and buried underground in a vault at Luxor, on the banks of the Nile. According to some sources, in the late 1890s, 4 wealthy young Englishmen visiting the Luxor excavations were urged to purchase a wonderfully crafted mummy casket containing the bones of Princess Amun-Ra. They had a lot of them. The winner spent many thousands of pounds to have the coffin delivered to his hotel. He was last seen strolling out towards the desert a few hours later. He never came back. One of the remaining 3 men was unintentionally shot the next day. His arm was severely injured and had to be amputated. On his way home, the 3rd man discovered that the bank that held his entire savings had failed. The 4th man became ill, lost his work, and was forced to beg on the streets. Despite this, the mummies and their coffin made their way to England, where they were purchased by a London merchant. The businessman donated his residence to the British Museum after 3 of his family members were injured in a car accident and his property was damaged by fire. The coffin was being unloaded from a truck in the museum courtyard when the truck abruptly reversed, trapping a passerby. Then, when 2 workers lifted the casket up the stairs, one of them tripped and broke his leg. The other, who appeared to be in wonderful health, died unexpectedly 2 days later. Trouble began once the princess was ensconced in the Egyptian room. The night watchmen at the museum frequently heard furious pounding and wailing from the casket. Other exhibits in the area were also frequently thrown around at night. One of the watchmen died while on duty, prompting the other watchmen to resign. Cleaners also refused to come near the princess. The museum eventually sold the unlucky mummy to a private collector who attempted to have the body exorcised. When he couldn't arrange it, he sold it for a good price to an American archaeologist who discounted the events as coincidences. The new owner then arranged for the cursed mummy to be transported to New York on a brand new White Star liner, preparing to set sail on its inaugural trip. The Princess of Amun-Ra carried 1,500 passengers to their deaths at the bottom of the Atlantic on the night of April 14th, amid scenes of unprecedented misery. Of course, the ship's name was Titanic. The unfortunate mummy had hit once more for the last time. Or was it the submarine? Her last strike.
Boy,
Wow.
that chick was a bitch.
So, are we now saying that the Titanic wasn't a honey trap and it actually went down because of the curse of the mummy.
Well,
Now, that one
I'm
there-
not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
Considering-
it's a tie-in to our subject tonight. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
I think the curse of the mummy is all COVID.
Could very well be. There you go.
Oh god. Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Given the events that were just listed in that clip prior to it getting on the Titanic, I would be one that believed that, hey, don't fuck with that. No, don't even come near it. Just get away. Because there's something bad juju going on with that. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the Hearst diamond, you know?
You mean the Hope Diamond?
Hope, Hearst, whatever. There's no hope if you're wearing it. Screw it. You're gonna
There's a
die.
little difference. There's a little difference. There's a little difference. A little difference.
They're all rosebud. Anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, I think given the list of events that occurred around that princess's, remains and coffin, would lead one to believe that there's definitely something not right. You can call it a curse, you can call it bad karma, whatever. Just something wasn't not right about that. I mean, so it would lead you to believe that there could be some curse or something that's attached to that item that is not good. Let's put it that way.
Well, if there was a curse on the Red Sox for trading the Bambino by some shaman, there could be a curse for the, mummy.
Yeah, that's true.
The curse of the Bambino is a real thing, okay?
Yeah,
It's
the
broken
curse
now,
of the
though.
Bambino.
All right, Woodrow.
Don't forget the curse of the Cubs either.
Yeah, that's right.
That
Holy crap.
mummy curses are some of the coolest stuff with story fodder out there. We need another good mummy movie, like the horror mystery that the fun action romp we got, which is so badass.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They'll somehow try to make the mummy a hero or something like that. Get away from the premise of the mummy.
That's kind of what they did in the 2017 movie that they attempted to launch the Dark Universe with Tom Cruise for some god awful reason. No idea.
I mean, they tried to make the mummy the good guy in that.
Well, he was like a mummy, a type of mummy, and he was like fighting the mummy, who was the bad guy, but he was like another mummy fighting her. So it's a little complicated, but
so he was a Scientologist mummy.
No idea. I guess you kind of have to be, you kind of have to be embalmed to believe in Scientology, but it is what
Woodrow,
it is.
Tom Cruise becomes a good mummy. Yeah, there we go.
Look at the next moment. The next, it's gay.
It's gay. It is. It's very gay.
It's gay.
Meanwhile, the same movie, you got Russell Crowe as a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and that wasn't the focus of the movie. So
He's
I'm like,
that way in real life.
what the hell? Seriously. Anyway, yeah, probably in real life he probably is. Just don't mess with the guy's phone, okay? He's making a phone call. Don't mess with him. Anyway,
he's a good actor though. I liked him in Gladiator, that's for sure.
The movie he doesn't. It was a recent movie he did. It was a horror movie called the Pope's Exorcist.
I heard of that.
Exorcist, yeah.
And that was a very good movie. I thought.
Yeah, I haven't
Horror
seen
movie.
that.
I'm not a horror fan, but I mean, good movie.
Right.
Right.
Nice.
Well, so there's possibilities here. Possibility one, if there is a some kind of like karmic curse on anybody that messes with these bodies. Number two, the spiritual something attached to these things that actively attacks people who, basically violate the space. Number 3, there's a physical
Violated.
reality.
He
What?
violated the helicopter.
Violated.
Yeah. Okay. No, you guys, why don't you fuckers? Why don't you try to doing this? Okay. You're always picking on me for using the wrong word or whatever.
Picking on
Why
you,
don't you
come on
contribute
now.
a little bit,
Come
huh?
on.
If we were picking on you, we'd say
Easily.
parkour like
Anyway.
95 times already.
Oh shit!
Well, it's coming. It's coming inevitably. Anyway. So all right. Anyway. So basically, there's physical reality, like i.e. some like spore or some kind of like something inside of it that gets inhaled
I would say my opinion is
in
in
the
the
lungs
beginning,
or
when all this
gets.
when back in 20-something years ago, or even earlier than that, when the Tutankhamen was making a comeback, back when they did the tour back in the 1970s, they're dragging the mask and him all over the freaking place. It was the United States for a while. I actually have a magazine that was a teen magazine from back in the late 70s, and it had a whole spread on the Tutankhamen tour, with pictures and everything. And what the treasures that they would bring to show in the museum. It was on loan, I think, at one of the New York museums for a while. But looking at that with all those people, I'm thinking that it was either a coincidence, given most of those people's ages that died soon versus those that died later.
Right.
You can't really call it a curse if the guy dies 16 freaking years later from lymphoma or just croaks, whatever. But the guys that were in the beginning that came in contact with it, if they died fairly recent to their contact, then one might believe, okay, there's some bad juju here, you might as well stay away. But as I got older, I'm thinking, okay, well, they opened up a sealed cave, right, 3,000 plus years old. God knows what the hell is lurking in there in the air. Well, and if you kick up the dust, I mean, you're going to inhale it.
My thing is that they left something there as a means to kind of stop people from going in and pilfering the treasure. Mm-hmm. And they put a warning on the seal, which was we'll call it a curse, but it was kind of a warning: don't open this seal or don't open this door because bad juju is going to happen to you.
Warning: guard dog on duty.
They open the steel door and they stir up this God knows what on the sarcophagus, on the whatever's in there, the clothing, whatever's left in there.
Well,
and it stirs up in the air and it gets inside people and it kills them.
Am I correct in this memory that didn't they use a lot of the stuff that they used to prepare the body and stuff like that, and other items to preserve them? Wasn't some form of arsenic used?
Yeah.
And so if that was permeating in the air because of pressures and everything else, and again, it's sealed, so there's no venting. Well, and they were to open up the place, if it, is in the air or on the ground or on the flooring or on the materials, because there was dust and crap on that stuff.
Well, you got to understand too. You open a chamber like that's underground.
Yeah,
and it's sealed, and you open it. There is going to be some pressure exerted coming out of that chamber.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to put something into the air around us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I feel that was a contributing factor with a contributing factor with Tutankhamen situation for anybody who died. Right. Anybody who died within a reasonable early time of exposure versus everybody else. I mean,
but you also had the guy that got shot by a spouse. You got car accidents.
Yeah,
you got car accidents. And some other stuff that.
He just chose his partner, wrong. He got hooked up with the wrong lady there. He should have did his due diligence and did some research.
I would believe I tend to believe that the princess mummy, given the list of events that occurred and people touching it and everything else, or being in contact with it, I would lend the credence to a curse on that versus Tutankhamen. In my opinion.
Well, I mean, essentially, across all of the tombs, basically, this is just not specifically Tutankhamen. Tutankhamen is just like
the
most
most
popular.
popular.
But I like talking about in general. Is the mummy's curse real? I mean, there's like mummies that were discovered in China, and things like that. All across the world, there's like mummies that were discovered.
South America,
and,
South America,
there's hanky stuff that happens.
I mean,
South America definitely.
It's there's a lot of things in the world that our modern society has forgotten about,
right?
And don't really take credence in, and have a lot of ignorance of.
Yeah.
So it could be. There very well could be credence to a curse. And again, I'm going back
there's
to
a curse of the mummy's hand, or everyone dies around a thing. Maybe it was a monkey's paw. I think curses are real. I just don't know the true mechanics. And they found mummies here, I believe, as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they have. They've had been sarcophagus.
Well, he's talking about Arizona. That's where he lives. But, there's the infamous Smithsonian clearing out this cave in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and it's all cordoned off. And
well, they have Egyptian hieroglyphics there too. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't want to rewrite history.
No.
Yeah.
Or they want to hide history.
Exactly.
Right.
But I don't know. What do you?
Well, I think statistically, when you see a high statistical anomaly where, surrounding one incident, there just seems to be a preponderance of fatalities, involved. Maybe, or at least misfortune. There seems to be a lot of misfortune around surrounding it. Bad juju, right?
That's a good politically correct way they like to do it.
Juju.
Don't call it a curse. It's misfortune.
Bad Manapudi.
Right. There you go. Well, I mean, the Bible talks about generational curses and things like that.
Yeah, that's what it said.
So that's a biblical concept. Where misfortune's being visited upon families.
Yeah, or even cursed objects. Is the idea of cursed objects as well. So,
right. So I mean, there is a curse. There are curses in the Bible. So I mean, that's a biblical concept, cursing. Curse people being cursed and things like that. Or things happening to people who mess with the wrong people. Like Elisha got some kids caught him or made fun of his bald head, and next thing you know, some bears came out of the woods and mauled the shit out of him. Which is a little overreaction to me, but I mean,
don't put a curse on me. I'll put a hex on you.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
There you go.
I'll pray to Jobu.
Well, I mean, it's like around the whole voodoo thing, bad things happen to people.
Say, don't raise your voices to me.
There you go.
That's right.
Definitely. But anyway, so here we are. We're coming to the kind of close to the end of the night, and so I guess we'll go around for those who are in the chat right now, at least on my side. There is there is a poll, a POLL poll. Okay, not POLE,
a parkour poll.
POLL.
Is it a parkour poll?
So the four. No. Anyway, so the four basically the 4 categories are as follows. Do you think it's debunked? In other words, no, there's no such thing as a mummy's curse. It's just coincidences. Things happen like that. Confirmed, do you think there really is a mummy's curse? The in the middle, basically, that you think there's something going on that's attached to breaking into these tombs that's caused the fatalities, whether supernatural or physical. Maybe the truth somewhere in the middle. Maybe there's a supernatural element to it, but there's also a physical element. And
all right, time prophet.
No, curse of the mummy. The mummy. Yes.
Daddy,
This is
my
time
daddy.
to debunk it. Of course, it's going to be debunked. So.
Trust you, time prophet. Trust
Almost got out of here.
That wasn't me this time, Bunny. I didn't do that.
I know.
Oh
So
my
we
God.
almost got clear without Time Prophet showing up.
Time
but
prophet.
anyway.
Is that what you're telling me?
Take the poll, time prophet.
All right.
Oh my God. Holy
Anyway,
shit.
so there is a poll in the chat. So make your decisions.
Yep. Take the poll.
Let me go. All right. So I'm going to close that out very shortly. If you want to get your votes in, and if you think basically, is it debunked? Is it confirmed? Is it in the middle? Or are you undecided? And I'm going to check on that right now.
Yes.
So,
Are you closing it out, buddy? You closing yours?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll close
I'm
it
gonna
out.
close mine.
So,
I'm gonna close mine too right now. All right. I just
right now,
did.
there's only 2 votes.
Two.
Do you
So,
want to wait a bit?
I thought you had 3
Yeah.
votes on yours, buddy. You have
all right.
3.
So,
according to what I see.
yeah, right now there's only 2 votes.
Wookie has 5 according to this.
Yeah, I've got 5. I just closed mine out. I got 5 votes.
Okay.
I'm seeing on your chat from my end says you got 3 votes.
All right.
Buddy.
Maybe a bit of lag there.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got 3 votes. Okay, we're going to end at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impulse.
Blast off!
Drop my
There you
pants
go.
and fire a rocket.
That's right.
Yeah, never mind. All right, so for me, that's 66
Has the eagle
confirmed,
landed?
33 in the middle.
Right.
So,
All right.
anyway, so that's 2 confirmed, 1 in the middle on mine.
Okay. So I got from top to bottom, I've got 2 in the middle,
Mhm.
1 debunked,
Ooh,
1 confirmed, and
Mhm.
1 undecided.
okay.
And I bet I know who the debunked one was. That
Yeah,
was
of course we
probably
know it's Time
Time
Prophet.
Prophet.
Time Prophet doesn't believe in any damn thing. Yeah. He only believes in his own superiority. He doesn't believe in anything else.
He is a
So,
superior
anyway.
life form. He's the prophet. of
He's a
time.
There you go.
Time prophet.
So all right. So that is essentially there's
Yeah.
so that makes 3 in the middle, 3 confirmed, and 1 debunked and 1 undecided. So all right, so we're gonna go around the horn here. So all right, Wookie. What do you think, man?
What? I'm going to say I'm in the middle on this one
Really?
Okay.
because I
that'd
do
be-
believe the princess thing was cursed, but I think the Tutankhamen thing was not necessarily a curse
Well,
at all.
this is in general.
Kind of
do you think Mummy's Curse is real?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it.
Okay. All right, Crow. What do you think, man?
I am also in the middle on this. I think there's
stuck in the middle.
All right.
I think there's a lot of possibilities. Not a lot of variables. A lot of perhaps, as Wookie stated earlier, toxic diseases, etc., and so forth that people would not be aware of back in those days, and probably no way to detect it. But also, there could be a little bit of curse in there, karma in there. Could be a few things. So, I'm undecided as to whether it's one thing or another.
All right, Abby, you gonna throw us a curveball tonight?
Let me start. I do believe that there's something there because I don't know. I think they put something in the tombs, like I said before, as kind of a deterrent to keep people away. You know, and then they sealed it up and they put a sign up there, you know, as a warning.
Right.
We read it as a curse now, you know, because everybody's dropping like flies when they open these things. I think there was something in there that was lurking, that was intentionally put in there.
Okay.
As a deterrent. So I'm going to go confirmed.
You're going to go confirmed? Wow. Okay.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Oh, wow. There you go. There you go.
It's unbelievable. It's a miracle.
It's a macabre.
All right. I'm going to go confirmed myself. But I do think in the middle has it. It does seem to in the middle does have it. But so tonight we decided that there is something to it. You know, maybe a little mix of both supernatural and something physical going on. And so tonight we have decided.
Cotton Ministries in the
All right,
chat.
Cotton.
Cotton, thanks for showing up, man.
Last 5 minutes of every show. So
he's probably on with Salty Cracker.
Probably
he's probably
he's a
kind of like
moderator,
our
I
fat
think.
lady. He's our fat lady.
That lady
Basically.
sings and the show's over.
Yeah, we see Papa Cotton. That means we're closing in on the hour. So anyway,
salt must flow.
No, he's doing yeoman's work over there with Salty Cracker, I think.
All right. Well, you know, he's evidently slumming over here because Salty Cracker is a lot more subs than I have. So it is what it is.
We're picking up the Drakes.
He doesn't
There
have
you
any,
go.
doesn't have any parkours over there.
No problem. Happy to have anybody visit. Happy to have anybody visit.
Yeah,
Yes, that's us.
But essentially,
who gives a shit?
That never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
That never gets old.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't.
No, it never gets old. Oh, crap. So what's on the agenda for the next show? Money?
Okay, we're going to do a special show Halloween night, which is on a Thursday this year. We are going to tell ghost stories. And, you know, our ghost reel, basically. But we're going to tell ghost stories.
I don't have any ghost stories.
Yeah, there you go. You know, I'm going to see if I can get Craig to talk about the haunted house that he grew up in. He's got some stories that'll make the hair raise up on your back of your neck. Some really legitimately scary stuff. His sisters corroborated pretty much all of it independently. She didn't know that he told me everything. He just asked her one day. He's like, hey, tell us the stories about the house. And so she told me pretty much the same stories from her perspective, not knowing that he'd already talked to me about it or told me the stories. So that's pretty good corroboration there. But I'm going to tell some of those stories. Maybe I can get him to tell it. And, you know, I don't know.
We're going to have a guest on. my daughter, Alex Animation, is going to be on.
What?
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's gonna come on and tell a story, ghost story. But there's a few other things, a few other like really like inexplicable things, some like footage and some stuff like that. I'm going to bring up,
Ooh.
and we're just going to talk about it. We'll do, are ghosts real? Are they like? Talk about the possibility of possession or spiritual beings as opposed to actual disembodied human spirits. So yeah,
exactly.
It's
I
like
don't
I
know if
say.
I will be on Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll have that on Thursday night, and we're gonna have a really fun show, and
until YouTube takes it down.
yeah, pretty much.
Till we get
pretty
struck.
much.
Yeah. Holy crap.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and make a prediction because I'm pretty much a prophet.
Predict.
Okay.
Oh, great,
All right.
Karnak.
Yeah. Time Prophet is not going to believe in ghosts. All right, done.
I thought you were going to say Sespoompa.
Yes.
What up, Bob? All right.
What up, Bob?
Anyway. Okay.
What a sheep says
that's my prediction for Thursday night. If he actually shows up, I'm pretty sure that's going to be his. It's probably going to be his. Believe for anything. Anyway, so there you go. The guy is nothing but consistent, except consistent. He's very consistent.
Yeah. He exists. He's very consistent.
There you go.
Somebody stuck on a duck.
Yes.
So that's pretty much the show for tonight. Thank you all for coming. We decided that there is something to mummies. We think it's in the middle. That there is some physical, there is some supernatural involved, and that's our conclusion for tonight. We will see you Thursday night for our ghost our ghost extravaganza show.
Oh, yeah.
And we will see you then. Happy Halloween when we get there.
Yeah.
But you all have a very good weekend.
See you all.
And
then just a real quick self-promotion. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. UK, we will be having the weekend review. So if you want to come in and see what we look like, then hey, great. If not, have a great Sunday.
Well, I have to go to church, so you heathens have fun. Anyway.
Buddy's got to go to church and get saved.
Yeah, I'll pray for your souls. There you go.
Pray to the Church of Arabica Beans.
Yes, Arabica Beans. Yes.
Except for Time Prophet, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a soul, so I'm not going to pray for him. Anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. All right, so that's been Coop for Telepathic Bunny Comics. We will see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Next, bunch of cuts. There you go.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
See you guys.